What is going on, guys? Keen Flame here, back with another video, and today we have another Regulate aka Lajigami aka the Unknown Smurf against Divine APT. And Divine has been doing very well. A player that used to play Extended Edition and Voobly as well, and then switched to Age of Empires 4. He's a very good defensive, all-around good player. He has a very specific playstyle where he kind of, defends, gets a big army, and then attacks. And I'm sure you guys have maybe played against him a little bit. He's been just terrorizing the ladder with this Minotaur rush. So let's see how Lajigami, aka Regulate, aka the Giga Smurf, handles this situation. And I thought this would be very useful and helpful for you guys, how to kind of understand how to counter this strategy, because I'm sure after the Minotaur guide and after the Minotaur rush to Pegasus introduced into the ladder, that it has been kind of a rough time probably on the ladder. So I thought I would help you guys out and show you guys how this guy handles the rush, right? So he is playing Zeus, and the difference between a Zeus Minotaur rush and a Hades Minotaur rush is that Hades actually gets a 20% buff on his myth units. You can see right here, myth units plus 20% hit points. He also gets the shades when he loses some units, a 20% chance. Ranged soldiers and heroes have +1 range. So a lot of players actually go Toxotai plus Minotaur with the that combination basically, right? So and also besides that, ballistics and ballistic is basically upgraded for free once you reach the heroic age. So it is a very tough god to play against right now. I definitely think Greek overall is a little bit overtuned. I hope they receive some nerfs soon, but it's not unbeatable, guys. You have to raid a lot, you have to make a lot of heroes, and you have to play very smart. You cannot basically just like fight Greek head on. You have to like be a little bit smarter about it, and you'll see it this game. I haven't watched this game yet, but I'm gonna try and analyze it for you guys, and hopefully you guys improve a lot from watching this replay. I'm sure I will improve a lot as well from watching this. So yeah, let's get into it. So he has right now 8 on food, 2 on wood. He made the temple very fast. He's praying with 2 villagers, so that tells me, let me see if he's gonna go up through Hermes or Athena. He's going through Hermes again. So he is going to be spamming the centaurs. That's what this tells me. Or he just wants to get Heraclius out. But I think Heraclius doesn't go too well with the centaurs because he's so slow, right? So this is like more of a unit to keep at home and defend your hunt, defend your wood villagers. But if Divine goes for Minotaurs, you don't really have to be worried about Minotaurs. I mean, I do know Minotaurs, they got their Pumas on, they're running shoes, but you do not have to be worried that much, especially if you keep some heroes at home, right? So you can see he's dropping off the villagers very quickly. So there goes to Jason. He's on a mission and he's going straight through the middle to this relic, and oh my god, that is a good relic. Harmonious necklace, gold gathers faster. I'm not sure about the exact gold gathering rate. I'm sure it'll be nerfed or buffed in the future, probably nerfed, because relics do seem a little bit OP right now at the moment. And there's the first centaur, and the second one is right in the queue. So to make a centaur right away, you actually have to put and switch a lot of villagers from food to wood, and then this allows you to make that centaur. So you have to adjust your villager count on the resource depending on the unit composition you're going to make. So let's say a beginner would make the mistake of having too much on food right now, which would not allow him to make another centaur. But because Lajigami has this 6 villagers on wood and he's not making a stable, so he can actually make another one if he wants to. And this gives him map control. This gives him the opportunity, right, to snatch these relics away from the granary of the opponent. Or actually, this is the same relic. Never mind. But yeah, so the first thing a smart player does, he scouts. He checks the second TC. He has a scout right here. He needs information. He needs to know what the opponent is doing. He's checking for any information to see what the strategy Divine is doing. Because yes, Divine does almost the same strategy every game, right? He like polished it up to the maximum. Like he's almost perfected it, right? But you still have to scout even against, you know, players like this, where you kind of know and expect what they are doing, but you still got to be sure, right? And yeah, if you play centaurs, you need to have great micro. You have to like practice that in like a game against the AI. Just get used to the speed and like the animation speed of the attacks, right? So to make sure that a hero like Ajax cannot just hit the centaur for free, right? And yeah, here these centaurs are just kiting it out. Here comes Achilles, and this is where you have to save the bolt for. Do not bolt the Minotaur, do not bolt the Ajax. Save your bolt for the second hero, because that one is much more expensive, much faster as well. So make sure to save the bolt for an important unit like that. And like I said in other videos, once you have the advantage, take a town center. You know, like there's no reason to make more hippocons. Like there's nothing to raid. You can see right here, he's playing very defensive. There's nothing going on. Like you don't have to make more units. You don't have to make more army. You can like these three centaurs. They are enough. You know, like Divine is in the dark right now. He doesn't know what's going on, but at the same time, he is a smart player, and he's like, okay, he's putting pressure on me. I have to check what he's doing. Is he hunting right here? Is he taking a second town center? Actually, he should actually be, you know, checking if he's taking a second town center right now. I think that's his mistake, because right now he doesn't know what Ligigami, aka Regulate, is doing. So yeah, gotta scout, man. And at the same time, he's like, okay, let me make an assumption right here. I only see 3 centaurs. Okay, here I see 2 stables as well. Is he going all in? I guess he's going all in, right? So let me take a second TC, which is probably not the right move if he's going all in, right? But yeah, he probably assumed he was going second TC, which he does scout right now. So it's like, okay, thank God he's not going all in. He's actually on a second TC already as well. So I'm, you know, kind of making the right move, but I'm definitely behind, right? Like that's his thought process probably right now. So this is like, you know, kind of already you can see the Minotaur rush is not going to work, because he has countered it perfectly. Like in the early game, what you can do, you send these centaurs to the temple, you pick off the favor villagers, you pick off the wood villagers, and then he can basically do nothing, right? Like all he has to do is just up really fast, send the centaur as the hero, put your Jason right here in front of the temple to protect your centaurs, and then shoot the villagers, the temple villagers, shoot the buried villagers. And he cannot even make the Minotaur. So that's, you know, how you pressure a Minotaur rusher. You have to up faster, send units to his temple, deny the favor to praying, and then you'll be just fine, basically. And this is a little weird bug right here, weird construction bug. But yeah, pretty good game so far, pretty high level game. They're both constantly adapting to what the opponent is doing. Like it's, you know, one thing like using the build order, but sometimes you cannot even use that specific build order. Sometimes you have to up faster, sometimes you have to like go for more of an eco build order. So it's not as simple as some of the other games where, you know, you can kind of do the same thing every game. In AOM you have to constantly adapt, not only because your opponent is playing a different god, it's like wildly different, but also because the map spawns are different, the town center placements can be different, right? So yeah, there's a lot of things to think about, and that's honestly, I don't want to start an RQ debate, but there's just so much to do and to think about that I think villagers on like RQ on villagers is like completely fine, because it's like if you watch the top level streams, their APM is very, very high, and some of them are even getting overwhelmed by how much shit they have to do, right? So it's definitely not an easy game, and I think RQ on villagers just makes it like more fun, because you can focus on the raiding right here, you can focus on your macro, you can focus on the strategy, the thinking. Like other RTS games, for example, StarCraft, you know, like it's also a thinking game, right? But I think AOM leans more into thinking than APM. Like you have to be very strategic, very smart. You have to think about stuff a lot, right? So yeah, at this point, let's check out the upgrades. So he has hand and pickaxe, because he's on 2 town centers, right? So you definitely want to grab that after you take the town center. If you take it before taking the town center, then you're going to delay your second town center, which means you're going to have less villagers basically, right? So yeah. Also get the husbandry upgrade. That makes the pigs fatten up faster. The pigs, they start around 75 food, and then as time goes on, they become visually fatter as well, and they grow to 300 food. So you want to save the pigs almost as like a last food source. And the husbandry also, it boosts the amount of food that your villagers carry, which makes them more efficient. And you can kind of see, like, he gathered the resources in his base first, and then once he has the map control, after that he is moving his villagers to the middle to grab all the delicious hunts, the delicious hippos, the elephants, right? So map control first, and then move out to the map, right? And also you want to diversify, just like I said in the last video, you want to diversify your food sources. Because what if he comes with like 3 minotaurs right there, right? Or like a few hoplites, and he raids this. Then if he had all his food villagers on this, only on this source or this one, then he would have no food and his economy would be in shambles, right? That would be like a 2008 situation right there. So you need to diversify your food economy basically. And here he splits up his gold villagers as well. This one is about to run out, right? So he switches some villagers to this gold mine as well. And now he is taking map control, making the archery ranges. He is still applying pressure to make sure that Divine is not getting anything for free, that Divine has to contest for everything basically in the game. And I think this is the problem with playing defensive, that you don't really know what your opponent is doing yet. You don't have map control, right? So you only have like one chance, one risky push that you have to make basically to win the game. And this is why playing aggressive, contesting the map control, right? Contesting your enemy's hunt, the gold mines is very, very important in AOM. So honestly, personally, I don't really like defensive play. Like some gods, you know, kind of need to do it, but you definitely have to contest the map. Otherwise, like this is gonna happen basically. Like Lajigami just takes map control for free basically. And Divine is a very, very good player. He's like top 20 right now, I believe. So I hope you guys apply what you learned this game to your own gameplay, and I'm sure you have a lot of success with that if you apply this. So in the heroic age, you know, you are playing Poseidon or Zeus, right? And you know, yeah, you got a bonus for hoplites, but that doesn't mean you have to stick to hoplites, right? Because you know you're against Hades. You see an archer range, right? And this guy goes archers a lot. Like archers are very, very busted right now. So what you have to do is simply make the horses, make the peltists. These peltists, these guys with the capes, who look very cool by the way. Look at that. They counter the archers, right? So just make the counter, the counter you do to the archers, mix in the myth units, and then just keep macroing. And honestly, at this point, I think Lajigami can also take this town center. He can take this one, and then just put everything to food. Then an easy way to go mythic right after, which he's actually doing right now. He's going through Hera. He can just cancel the villager production for like a few seconds. He gets 50 fruit from here back, 50 food from here. Then you ring the town bell to garrison these farm villagers into the TC, these big villagers. Then you make a market, trade some gold for food, right? Then suddenly you have 1,000 food, and you should have 1,000 gold as well, and then you can go mythic very, very fast. Like for Greek, you want to aim for a 15-minute mythical timing, right? So you always want to be on point with that, especially on a boomy map like this. And yes, this is a very boomy map. The middle of the map has a lot of hunt, but it's pretty standard, especially in a Greek mirror, to go for 2TC. And here's the underworld. This is like the big play of the game. The zone Divine off the gold mine right there, right? So here comes the pig, and he can actually bring these pigs back into the underworld and gather those as well. So that's actually kind of clean right there. And then the centaur range It's firing down, and he has the champion Hippocons and the lightning storm, and Divine has to hide in his fortress right now. And damn, this is just, honestly, this is like a masterclass by Regulate AK, Lajigami AK, the Giga Smurf. This is a masterclass right here of how to macro, how to properly play the game. This is excellent play. Like, this is like textbook play. Excellent. And yeah, at this point, you make a Helipoli from your fortress to siege this down as well. I think that's the only thing he's missing right now. One Helipoli. Does he have the resources for it? Let me see. Yeah, he does have the resources for it. Let me see if he makes it. Not yet. I think he got an upgrade. I think he got Forge of Olympus as well. Or actually, he won't Hera, never mind. But yeah, there's the GG. Very dominant play by Lajigami. And this just shows, you know, like if you play too defensive, if you stay in your turtle shell, you're not gonna have a good time, guys. This is like a strategy like this with the Minotaur Rush, which he didn't really do this game because he didn't, you know, have the opportunity to, because he was kind of, you know, like strangled with the centaurs, right? Like he couldn't Minotaur Rush. So, you know, this is kind of how you gotta play it. I hope this was useful for you guys. If you guys want coaching, please message me on Discord. I'm open and available to coaching right now. I've been having a few students already so far, like 4 or 5 or 6, I don't remember exactly, but they've really liked it. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. Just shoot me a message on Discord, and I'll get back to you, and I'll see you guys in the next game. Peace out. Later, boys.